This is springtime in Alaska. This is my backyard. I call this our personal lake right now. But yeah, we're waiting for it to melt. Hey, where you at? There you are. Hi. How are you? It's been 4 days, 5 days since I saw you last. We are still in the swing of spring. Well, we don't really call it spring quite yet. We call this the thaw. That right there is my son's hair studio. He's a barber. Well, he's working on being a barber. He's starting. He's almost 17. He's been cutting hair for about a year. But we gave him that little studio. Pretty nice. And I wanted to show you what I'm going to work on. Get you guys' opinion. And do a little talk story about adult children and aging and all that kind of stuff. So let's go out to the backyard. We're in my backyard. We live on an acre here in the Matanuska Valley. And, okay, so sorry. I slipped and almost fell into my watery grave. So this is what I'm coming up with today. I found out today that my son, his fiance, and their daughter are moving back from Michigan. They left in September and just didn't work out for them. They are missing the family. We're a pretty close-knit group, and they really thought they wanted to be away from us and to do their own thing, but it didn't really work out that way. I hear the gate. Hang on. Pause. Oh, it was nothing. I don't know. Somebody closed the gate. Okay, anyways, they've been discussing it and saying, okay, we want to come home, but we all kind of thought they were going to come home after a year of being there. Then, about a week ago, they're like, okay, we're going to come home in June. I was like, cool, June. All right, that gives me a couple months because when they get back, they're not going to have a place and they're not going to have a car. And it is them two and a baby. She's 1, and I'm so excited to see my granddaughter. I miss her so much, but they'll be staying here with us, and we don't really, we have the space. We can fit everybody in, but I built an art studio this year for the first time. I created a space for me, which, being a mother of 9, you don't get space that's yours. And so I have been kind of throwing things around in my head today. Well, starting last week when they told me they were coming home in June, I started throwing things around. But really today when they called me and said, okay, we're going to be home May 5th. May 5th, 3 weeks away. I have to convert the downstairs of my house to capacitate a family to stay in there probably for 4 to 6 months. That means shifting my 10-year-old son to a different room. That means taking my art studio apart and putting it in boxes. That's the chickens. They're happy. They're happy chickens today. They got to come out for the first time this year. While I'm super excited to have my kids home, I'm kind of grieving for something that I thought was a new era of me. And I've been creating a lot of really cool art. I didn't do much when I was in Hawaii for the 3 months I was gone. But since I've been home, I've already been... These roosters, oh my goodness. But since I've been home, I've been very busy. I've already picked right back up where I left off. I love to do watercolor. I've been doing some gouache also since I've been home. But today, see this shed right behind me? Right here? I was sitting there thinking about it. And I am going to turn this old goat shed into my new art studio. I'm so sorry, those roosters. It's 8 by 10, so it'll be 80 square feet. It's taller in the front. I think it's 10 feet in the front, 8 feet in the back. So it's got nicely elevated ceilings. Rooster, shut up. Sorry. I'm going to replace the barn door, obviously, with a really nice front door. I'll put a propane heater in there. I got to come up I got to put some savings together because Darusta. I think it's going to cost me, on the heavy side, $3,000. I want to put a new porch on the front. I want to put an extended roof so it's a covered porch. I want to make that window bigger. I also want to do small windows on the top, like long. How do I do this? Long way. That was a weird, confusing thing. So one on each side. I want to put windows on each side, not on the back wall. But we live in Alaska, so I also have to nicely insulate it. And then we have our other daughter living in our house in Hawaii, that we own a house in Hawaii. And we have our adult daughter, our oldest adult daughter, living in that house with her 2 kids. And that's causing a lot of tension and stress with me and my husband because she's a single mom and we don't charge her rent. She's supposed to pay rent, but so far has struggled with getting it to us. Not trying to like dump woes. Does anybody else go through this whole adult thing? I feel so bad. Shut up! Oh my gosh. They literally never talk. They don't talk. I'm out here and now they're talking. Okay, so for me, the struggle for young people to make it in the world today, like to live. One of my other daughters has like a 1-bedroom apartment. She's pregnant with her 2nd child. Her and her spouse both work full-time jobs and barely can afford life. They don't get EBT. They do get medical through the state. The dad doesn't because, that's how the state works. But they... Shut up! But I'm so proud of them. They work hard, but it's not a life that I want for them. They struggle. And then the other 2 that are coming back also are struggling. I don't understand how young families make it today. Because I was telling my daughter the other day, I paid $450 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment when I first started out. That was 30 years ago. But even, I literally want to strangle the chickens. Do you ever feel like that? Driving a mama crazy. But car payments, cell phones, house, internet, electricity, gas, rent, gasoline, like food. How are these young kids making it? And so for me, I want to help alleviate some of that pressure. I would actually love a family compound, but I live on an acre. I could fit a couple houses. I could probably fit, see in front of that car, over there in that area. I think I could fit a little house over there. I know I could fit a little house over there. And then if I go this way, see that green shed behind the chicken pen? I could take that down, and there is a big space behind that. We could fit another house over there, but I don't think in our area we're allowed to just build houses. I'm not sure if we have... I freaking want to strangle the chickens! For real, I want to strangle those fucking chickens. They're driving me crazy. Why? Anyways, how many of you guys have kids that have gone, came back? How do you handle it? How do you handle it with your spouse? How do you handle it with your other kids? Because now I'm feeling like the one that has the apartment in town, she's like, they're just going to come and live at your house for free. And I'm like, yeah, I want to help them get on their feet. But I don't want them to stay forever. But I want to see them succeed. I'm struggling as a mom. And I'm struggling, on how to guide them. They're young. They had babies young. I did too. And that's why I feel compelled to help. But I'm excited about my art studio. Like, actually pretty excited. Well, this is about all I want to say today, I suppose. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe so you get to see me more often. And give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you want to talk about. This is just one of those little random, weird, because it's like weighing heavily on my heart and my mind. Got to pray about it tonight. Do some meditation. Do some artwork. All right. See you guys later. Aloha.